Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for June 23rd to the 30th. We're doing the entire rest of the June. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's jump right in. But before we do, happy birthday. You hear the church bells? Whoa. Talk about divine timing. Bells. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's already a sign for you. All right. Anyway, we're here. The luckiest day of the year, the luckiest and one of the best new moons of the year, both in your sign, right? This is going to be the best. You have no idea. Have you seen your readings recently too? All right. But here's the thing. You are definitely, oh my goodness, this new beginning in your life. I mean, brand new era. All right. You're exploring new horizons. You're probably going to start feeling really good. All that feel good tingles, because this is the point where you are turning your dreams into reality. As you know, that is Saturn and Neptune in Aries doing that for you all summer long. I've talked about this. Okay. And it is in your 10th house. So if you are here for a career, wow, buckle up. And listen, the day of the new moon, I'm going to have to do a little bit of a longer reading for you here, because I'm just so excited. There's so much happening for you in your birthday season. The day of the new moon in your sign, you're going to have Saturn conjuncting Neptune. They're barely a degree apart. You've got the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, all in your sign. There's aspects, but up until that 3-degree point, all in the degrees of new beginnings. I mean, this is just enormously special. You have Venus and Uranus and Taurus in your 11th house. That is your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals and dreams and aspirations. You got a lot happening for you. I can't even. You got Mars and Virgo in the 3rd house. That you're signing contracts, you're launching new businesses, there's things happening. All right? All with these aspects at those new beginning degrees. All right? So this is going to be a brand new era for you. You're moving into a brand new era. Yeah, I do see the smile on your face. Good for you. Have it, okay? Because the rest of June, you're going to feel it. It's going to be nirvanic, visceral, consciousness expanding, and very adventurous and spiritually moving for you. Absolutely, 1,000%. And I did say in my last live stream, June is one of those months where every day, June is so bonkers. Every day I could do 3-4 hours talking about what's happening every day, but I'm not going to. All right. I'm not going to. I'm just going to give you the big highlights here, and pretty much every highlight, but we'll zip through it. All right. Just know I'm here for you, Cancer. I hope that you are excited. That's the other thing. If you watch for your moon, your rising, or your sun, I said in my last live stream, it doesn't even matter which. Every sign is going through enormous change right now, because all the modalities are impacted at those early degrees coming after the solstice that happened right on Cancer season, right? I told you about that too. That's all about growth. And you are in one of the biggest changes of your lifetime. That's what 2025 is, which I said back in your annual forecast. And the second half of this year is very different from the first half. And this is one of those years where the way that the planets are aspecting all these planets in fresh new signs, we have never experienced in modern human history. So it's like you landing on the moon. The moon is your ruler, right? You're the first, okay? You're the first. Maybe a side of the moon that anyway, just know that you're on the brink of radical change. And yes, radical change, okay? And we'll talk about that with Uranus. We'll talk about that, all right? This is going to be a seeding point for you for the next 6 months. This is huge. Now, Monday, June 23rd. I did write Mars, sextile Jupiter. Remember, that happened on Sunday, right? So right off the bat, you're feeling that, okay? That's the day of the perfection. You're going to feel it all week. Mars, sextile Jupiter, Jupiter in your sign, Mars and Virgo in your third. So again, you're signing things. There's stuff happening here. You're traveling. You're becoming teachers. You may be learning something as well. There's some big activity with travel though. Higher mind, all about the mind, but also just big things. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if social media, online things was a big thing for you. Moving forward from this point forward. Okay. And by the way, yeah, Mars is in Virgo. I forgot to say this last week. This is the first time that Mars is in a fresh new sign outside of Cancer and Leo, where it was flip-flopping for 10 months. You're going to appreciate this new energy. You blend well with Virgo, earth sign, your water sign. So anyway, and you're going to see a lot of aspects here with Mars. Now, Monday, June 23rd, here's another thing for you. I think that you are going to have a big moment of release this day with Mercury square Chiron. Let it. All right. Anything you got to leave in the past. Remember, I said out with the old, in with the new. All right. Moon will be in Gemini too. That is your 12th house. So you could be going really deep about what you want for your future. All right. I know that's not on the whiteboard, but I'm going to give you some extra things here. All right. But Sun square Neptune's happening that day too. Remember, avoid those lower expressions of illusion, delusion, escapism. You'll be fine. How do you do that? The higher expressions of imagination and creativity and love and compassion. All right. Now, Tuesday, June 24th, we are here. You've got the Jupiter Cazimi in your sign. Happens once a year. Once a year. This is the luckiest day of the year when you've got the sun with Jupiter fusing their energies together. Something is hugely developing for you. All right. So it's happening in your sign, right? So this is all about you. There's going to be changes within you, the role that you play, your personality. You may even change up your look. There's so much happening here. Okay. And it's at 3 degrees, which just so happens to be the Gemini degree. So this is also going to be very stimulating. There's something really spiritual here for you. All right. Remember, that is your 12th house, spirituality. So I absolutely love this. The moon's going to be in Gemini this day too. But the big picture, you've got the 2 biggest planets in the solar system, right? Helping you expand your horizons. And again, remember, they're fusing their energies together. And this is a seeding point for your personal growth and your spiritual growth. And it is a boost. And remember, Jupiter is exalted in your sign, meaning it does its best in your sign out of all signs for all signs, but especially you. Out of all the signs, Jupiter's in your sign, the greater benefic. And what does that even mean when it's exalted? Okay, Jupiter not only has all the resources he needs to support you, so you benefit with all these blessings and luck and expansion and abundance, he's got a surplus of resources for you. All right, so this Jupiter Cazimi, that's Jupiter in the heart of the sun. Think of that alignment. And so this is hope and optimism, good spirits and joy. And again, setting up a new cycle for you for the next year, right? And it's coming right off the heels of that solstice in your sign, which is all about growth and expansion and abundance. So do you see how that solstice is aligning with Cancer season, with Jupiter in your sign, triply amplifying that? This is just so amazing. So the other thing is you're definitely going to have a lot of focus and attention on home and family. There's going to be growth and expansion there, and maybe real estate, property matters. We talked about this. You saw your June forecast, but Jupiter sextiling Mars. All right. So again, there is just something here. With these sextiles, they're windows of opportunity. You have to take that action. You have to give energy here. No ifs, ands, or buts. All right. With Mars sextile Jupiter in your sign, that is a big deal. And Mars natively rules your 10th and your 5th. So there's a lot happening here for you with things that bring you pleasure, joy, with family, with children. You're possibly going to be having babies. You're going to have this huge glow up with career, fame, being recognized for how amazing you are. Oh, yeah. This is, when I talk about a seeding point, the fact that it's happening right at your new moon, this is going to take you far. So please start developing those new visions if you haven't already, structures, new goals, or furthering the ones that you're on now. This is the sun and Jupiter. This is love and gratitude and enlightenment and self-belief. So vibrate at those frequencies to create the reality you deserve. Seize this day. There's nothing in your way. All right. Everything is energy. I say that all the time. And that is you. And that's your emotions. And that's your feelings. And that's the thoughts that you have. Right. That's the words that come out of your mouth. So just remember, high frequency. It's the sun. It's Jupiter. This is wisdom as well. So when I say vibrate at that high frequency of love and self-love and gratitude and compassion, it's just the same way as you would take action with Mars, the same way you would have breakthroughs with Uranus, the same way you would have love and comfort with Venus. Okay? You can rewire your brain. I've given you so visualization, new neural pathways, sound, hemisync, binaural beats. Use this, feel inspired, find that bliss. To be honest, you already are. You've already been. So this is a time of new energies. Like I said, a new world, a new era, a new you. I truly want the best for you. So work with these energies and anything that you want. You are being blessed right now. And it is a Jupiter Cazimi, so a lot of you are going to feel this days before, days after, the day of. Every Cancer has different birth charts. You're going to see things happening at different times. Some of y'all will just see things emerging, right? A week later, 2 weeks later, the things that you want, the things that you took action for. Remember, this is a cycle. You're going to go through a big shift right now. All right. So the other thing, as you can see, is a new moon in your sign, 6:30 a.m. That is my time, Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world. But do you see how it's literally on top of this Jupiter Cazimi? And it is one of the best, the luckiest new moons of the year of 2025. The moon rules Cancer. You know that, right? This new moon in Cancer, it's at home. And remember, you rule the fourth house anyway of home and family. And this is at 4 degrees. What? Which is the Cancer degree? How? Right? Everything is aligning for you. And even in numerology, 4 is all like practical material, bring like structure, like being real with yourself, foundation building, all of that, having this great sense of direction and balance and the 4 elements, 4 seasons, 4 directions. We get that, right? But Jupiter conjuncting your new moon, supercharging it in ways that you have not seen. And Jupiter, remember, luck, good fortune, abundance, wisdom, faith, blessings, everything, all that. The last time, by the way, that we had a new moon conjunct Jupiter was March 2nd, 2022. It was in Pisces. There could have been a big thing there for you in terms of education, publishing, broadcasting, travel, long distance travel. There could have been something there with a breakthrough, with a friendship. Anyway, what's happening this time around is very different with all these aspects, okay? Very different. But I'm just showing you how long it's been. We have a new moon every month. That's how long it's been, where we had one conjuncting Jupiter and it's in your sign. This one takes the cake. Jupiter's showing up with crystals and candles, birthday cakes, because it's taking the cake. Anyway, Jupiter is like Mars. So again, you're feeling that energy. Mars is in your third. There's just something here that I would not be surprised if you're signing, teaching, learning, something with online, starting a business, LLC, whatever it is, travel is here highlighted. Family is really highlighted here as well. This is big. All right. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel that optimism from the sun, and you are going to take that action with Mars. You're just going to want to, because Mars is in Virgo, and Virgo, it can be a little restless. Like, you're ready, Cancer, to take on the world, creating your reality, and have fun with this. It is the sun and Jupiter. Have fun with it, all right? Knowing you're going to achieve everything that you're manifesting, okay? Finding success in everything you're manifesting. And that's the thing. Success isn't a reaction, okay? That's why I say take action. Success is a decision. And so please use these energies, all right? And yes, you're leaving all those squares, all right, from mid-month. So you're good. You're absolutely good. Just remember, Saturn in Aries, practice patience. That's all it is, all right? Good things come to those who wait. We know that, right? And you know that you're about to have some amazing things that you've never experienced in your lifetime right now, all right? Like I said, this new moon takes the cake and is bringing cake, chocolate cake, strawberry, matcha, whatever you want. Now, here's the other thing, and I'm going to give you a couple other things here. If you want to, because a lot of y'all take notes, so if you want to mark this in your calendar, August 15th, 2026. That is when we will have the next new moon conjunct Jupiter, all right? So you see another whole year, right? But that one takes the entire cake store, because it's an eclipse, all right? It's an eclipse conjuncting Jupiter. Mark your calendar. That one's happening in your second house of income, finances, salary, money. All right. I actually talk about August and July. I pulled cards for you in the Saturn Neptune video for you. Take a look. Now, if you haven't seen the video, I'll leave it at the end of this video. Here's the thing. When you have the Jupiter Cazimi overlapping this new moon in your sign, that's 2 cycles, right? Jupiter Cazimi about a year, and then the new moon 6 months, right? So ask yourself, what do you want 6 months from now? Where do you want to be 6 months from now? This is absolutely amazing for you. There's so much progress happening for you, so many things happening. And remember, Jupiter in your sign is all about care and love and self-love and humility and heart and soul. And remember, I say this all the time, you don't have a soul. Your soul has a body. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, okay? And with that, we do have hearts. And every time your heart beats, it generates energy. And there is a physiological component to your heart. When you have that gratitude, it swells, it expands that super conscious love. Oh, this is so special for you. And please use this and feel it in your bones, all right? It's very mama bear energy, honestly, too. All right, you're going to feel that nurturing energy. Paddington bear, Care Bears. It's all about care and love and spreading love. So I really love what's happening here. So the point that I'm trying to make is, when you set intentions with this new moon, do it from the heart. Speak what you want into the ether, okay? Talk to the moon. I always say that. The moon's energy, the aspects, all the planets, energy, all right? You want to vibrate with that energy and also put your energy out there, all right? And remember what I said about the solstice last week. It's all about growth. This, remember, nurturing energy. So you nurturing what you're about to grow. This is also intensifying your intuition, emotional depth. You're going to really feel this. It's that heart-based living. I love it. All right. So, the other thing is, all this cardinal activity. We talked about this last week. Okay. So, excuse me. This is like really leading up, and this is the last super new moon of the year. Okay. And that just means it's orbiting really close to Earth. You are really going to feel this energy. This is a potent new moon conjuncting Jupiter. Set intentions, okay? Plant them seeds, all right? Plant them seeds. Now, the other thing is, you do have Mars sextiling Jupiter. We talked about that. And then you see Mercury sextile Uranus. We'll talk about it in a second. But just know, you're going to feel that overlap your new moon as well. Remember, you feel that energy days before, days after, window of opportunity here. But just know, you've got this gift of this portal to create this amazing reality for yourself. And there is such immensity to these 2 days alone. But then again, and there's more in the back. Yeah. Just do not sit on this one. Now, who's going to feel this the most? Excuse me. If you're a cross watcher, of course, this is the one time you saw my cup was empty, that I don't have a drink. I don't want to leave and get something. But if you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for, your husband or for your dog, whoever it is, you're going to feel this the most. It's in your sign, both of the new moon and the Jupiter Cazimi, but also Scorpio and Pisces. So all the water signs really benefit. And if you know your natal chart, if you have any planets 2 to 6 degrees of any of the water signs, I'm also going to throw in Virgo and Taurus. You will feel. Now, Thursday, June 26th, Mercury sextile Uranus. This is at 29 degrees. So another critical degree. This is a graduation. There's something big happening here. Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus, right? The Great Awakener. So this is very innovative, inventive, inventions. You built your time machine. You're going to share it to the world. This is also having that big bolt of clarity, or you hearing good news out of nowhere, being very expressive as well, maybe even surprising yourself. This is having a breakthrough. There's something here with communication, ideas, travel, business. Again, social media, internet could be a thing, family, local community. But remember, Uranus and Taurus, that's your 11th house of your future hopes, long-term goals, wishes, aspirations, dreams, but also your social networking, your support system, benefactors, allies, your friendships. So you could have something of a breakthrough here with friendships, maybe making a new friend, unexpected new friend, a community, joining a community, big. But at the end of the day, Mercury not only is the messenger, so again, surprising news that may come out of nowhere, maybe from a friend or a community, but Mercury is the mind. So again, just maybe you have this light bulb moment, thinking outside the box, very future forward here, okay? There's a fortune cookie right here. You're going to get a great message. You're going to get a great message. And that's the thing. Again, this is happening with your new moon and the Jupiter Cazimi. So do you see what's happening here? There could be some sliding doors moments. There could be some kismet moments. There could be, if you're vibrating at that high frequency, those little winks from the universe, they're sending you, you're going to see. And this would be the second to last aspect with Uranus and Taurus for the next 84 years. Oh, remember, Uranus is moving into Gemini. That's going to be a big thing. That's in 2 weeks from now. And the last aspect Uranus will have in Taurus, right? And that, listen, I say that, but Uranus will move back into Taurus at the end of the month for a few months, or end of the year for a few months, but still be that 29 degree point, 28 too. But anyway, the point I'm making, July 3rd, Venus will conjunct Uranus, all right? That's that parting gift. At 29 degrees, Venus and Uranus in your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals and dreams. And that's money, that's love, relationships, creativity, creative projects. You're set. You're set. I mean, so you got a lot to look forward to. Is there something here with relationships? Actually, to be honest, you will have a full moon in Capricorn just after that week. I did a July astrology overview. There's a lot of stuff there. All right. But you do have a Leo new moon next month. Money. All right. Anyway. So who's going to feel this aspect the most? Mercury sextile Uranus. Well, that would be all the fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and I'm throwing in Cancer, you, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo. All right. Now, if you know your chart, if you have any planets in any of the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Cancer, between 27 to 29 degrees, you're definitely going to benefit from this. Now, you see that the sun is sextiling Mars. Come on. All these windows of opportunity this week. And again, you're going to feel it all week. Okay? You're going to feel it all week. So, this is big. You know, this is big. This is absolutely amazing. And you are going to feel it actually for a long time because the sun and Mars are pretty much traveling at the same pace. But it is going to be exact this day, 5 degrees. But either way, this is a powerhouse. The fact that you got Jupiter in your sign at the same time, I mean, this is that optimism, that confidence, that vitality, that, passion and drive and courage, enlightenment. Also, feeling very physically driven. Remember, even with Mars and Virgo in your third, it's, Gemini natively rules the third. There could be something you're doing with your hands. Do it. Like, you're going to be physically maybe Tai Chi, maybe like you're painting something as well, writing something, but there's great stuff here for you. This is such a amazing. Remember, the sun is in your sign. All right. And again, I would not be surprised if you're signing contracts or leases or agreements or a lot of stuff here for you. And an emphasis on this is just like really like Sun sextile Mars is like healthy relationships, heart and soul in the home, work, health, lifestyle. This is very checking off your to-do list. You got things to do. Save room to dance to. All right. This is going to be very nice. Now, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I am going to throw in you, Cancer, Leo, Aries, and Scorpio. Will feel this the most. If you know your chart, planets between 3 to 7 degrees in any of the earth signs I just mentioned, or Cancer. You'll really feel this. On the same day, by the way, we're not even done. You got Mercury, okay, moving into Leo. So Mercury's picking up all that energy, that any actions you took the past 2 months when Mars was in Leo. Mercury's now picking it up. Okay, so now this is the mind, communication, travel, everything that we mentioned. Okay, but there is this merging with passion and romance and the arts and love, creativity, an element of fame here too. But again, this is your second house. So it's self-worth, it's self-value, it's comfort, it's material possessions, but it's also money, income, salary, finances. You see what's happening when you got Saturn, Neptune, and Aries in your 10th as well. And then you've got Mars and Virgo, and your third Virgo rules like work. You just came out of that full moon in Sagittarius too. A lot of you are changing jobs, maybe doing something on the side as well. All right. Now, and not on the whiteboard, by the way. Oh my goodness. You can't make this up. Listen, Venus is going to sextile the North Node and trine the South Node. What? This is... So, remember, Venus is in your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, and dreams. With the North Node, your destiny, your mission statement, your purpose. I can't. Like, this is a day where you're just going to have... You're going to know. You're going to feel something. Things that your heart desires. You're going to feel something strongly this day. All right. So it's really wonderful. And maybe something with a friendship, a community, social media. Again, those are in the mix as well. So I love this. Okay. And you see Neptune, right? Neptune's trine, we'll talk about, but Neptune is a higher octave of Venus. So that's overlapping this as well. So really, please play music this day, music that moves you. Sound is the key to the universe. They both rule music. They're associated with music. It's very spiritual and soulful what's happening this day. And remember, you still have Mercury sextile Uranus anyway. That's in Taurus as well. So there's breakthroughs here for you. This is just bonkers. And I told you that Venus is going to conjunct Uranus the first week of July. Well, you're already feeling it at this point. Okay. It's building. July 3rd is just the perfection. So you really feel it, but it's building. And Venus is lover Mars, giving you that window of opportunity with Jupiter in your sign and with the sun. I mean, please take action. That's all it is. You're going to, this is one of the best times like in years for you. A lot of luck, a lot of expansion, higher mind, shift in perspective. A lot of blessings here. And the Sun sextile Mars this, exact this day. That's going to make a big difference. I'm here for this. I'm here for you. Go get everything you deserve. All right. Another little extra thing here for you, Cancer. When we get to September, oh my goodness, I really want you to please mark this in your calendar. It's September 1st. Jupiter in your sign will then have the perfect trine with the North Node and sextile the South Node. So just wait. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all strongly aspected at that time, that mini trine, all at that 1 degree point. All right. The new beginnings, Uranus trine Pluto, 1 degree at that point. This is bringing you into that to eclipse season. Anyway, Friday over the weekend, Friday, June 27th, Saturday, June 28th, Mercury trine Saturn, Mercury trine Neptune. It's very fiery. All right. You got Mercury in Leo, Saturn in Aries, and this is at 1 degree. This aspect, again, new beginnings, critical degree. This is all about commitments, the long term, especially with career, fame, your reputation. If you're not working, if you're retired, it's just anything that you want to achieve, what you want to be known for. You're setting things in stone now. All right. You are also like earning your stripes. Remember, you're talking the talk. You're walking the walk with authority. Everything that Saturn wanted from you, taking on that leadership role, effortless for you. You being a cardinal sign already, you got Jupiter in your sign. Mars in Virgo does well with you, helping you stay grounded, practical, especially with communications. You throw in Neptune. Oh, that's you turning your dreams into reality. That's that creativity you're bringing in as well. Compassion, artistry, ideals. If you're an artist, this is huge. Yeah? This is amazing. So absolutely love what's happening here for you. It's very spiritual. Mercury trine Neptune, that's so stimulating visually, mentally. It's all about aesthetics. It's very poetic. It's compelling. Please use this, especially because you do have Mars and Virgo. Use it for advertising, PR, marketing. Again, if you're an artist of any type, a creative writer, story. I mean, you've got the North Node in Pisces in your 9th house of publishing. You have Mars and Virgo in your 3rd house of writing. But you're good. You're set up. All right. Oscar Wilde, by the way, had Mercury trine Neptune. And then the moon will actually be in Leo that day. So that's really fun. And there's going to be some money stuff. Anyway, what else can I tell you? Oh, so that with all these trines, if you know your chart, if you have planets between 0 to 3 degrees, any of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or any of the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you will feel this the most, okay? Or if you watch for a sun or a rising, any of those signs I mentioned, or moon, right? You'll feel it. But everyone's going to feel it. And then the 29th, you got Mercury opposite Pluto, but you also have the moon conjunct Mars in Virgo. They're going to be sextiling the sun and Jupiter. So you have this double sextile with these 4 planets. They're so different, but what's happening here? You're all in with what you're doing emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. You're going to feel empowered, checking off your to-do list. You're probably going to have a really important conversation this day. And if you do, with Mercury opposite Pluto, Mercury, remember, communication, but also the mind. Just avoid extremes with Pluto here, and you're going to be fine. All right. Okay, Cancer. Sorry, I had to get some water. I'm so sorry. Now, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the rest of June. Cancer. Cancer. Let me do that too. I do a happy birthday. I hope y'all are amazing. I am very excited for you. I do a traditional occult cross spread, offers the best overview, and if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Cancer, I love y'all. I'm really, really excited for you. Let's see what's going on. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. What's happening here? You're good. You're coming out of something. You got the Tower. All right. Now, look at what's happening here. It does feel like the Tower. Remember, Uranus is surprises and shocks and is kind of like lightning bolt. And then you've got the Tower, which is attributed to Mars. So there may be something here that you couldn't believe, like something is ending, and it could be abruptly. You do have Mercury sextile Uranus, which is really great, but remember, you always want to use those Uranus aspects. It doesn't matter which aspect it is. It is their 11th house, so it could be something with a friendship or a community. You see they're having a falling out too, right? So there may be something there, maybe something about your future that you really thought of, there's something set in motion. You got a surprise, but look, okay? So you coming after the Tower, you have the Six of Swords. And so there is this protection here. And this is when everything's harmonizing for you. It's a 6, all right? And the other thing is, and when I say protection, look, you see the swords in front of the boat. You see the ferryman with the family. So there's protection. There's comfort. You're leaving if there was any chaos there. You see my finger on the chaotic waters, the turbulent waters. Look at the direction they're going. So it's all this calm. So there's even something here where it kind of actually feels like it was you. Maybe there was something like you quit on the spot and you're like, I can't do this, right? Like there could have been something there, and now it brought you all this peace. And remember, you could be moving in that direction. You do have that 6 of Cups, but it's in your challenge area. 2 things here. 1, I am pretty confident you're going to hear from some people from the past. People from the past are going to be coming back around. Okay. So, just be open to that, mindful about that happening. It can be in any capacity. There may be like former lovers as well. Whatever it is, there's just something from the past that may be floating back around. And it's just, however you want to handle that situation, whether you want to close those doors, open the doors, you have to trust your intuition. You're going to be fine with that anyway, with the High Priestess in your future. Now, the other thing is, because this card is really associated with like the past time too. Now, the other energy that's coming through is like, yes, there may be something here where it's allowing you to connect. Okay, because that's almost like a big blessing in the disguise, right? The Tower, based on what's happening here, because there's something here that's allowing you to connect, okay, in a way that you couldn't, maybe with other people. Maybe there was a blockage, or maybe there was something within you or within your mind, or with the way that you were seeing something where it's like that happened, and now, it opens up the door for this relationship or even its circumstance, right? It feels like you're coming out of something because there's so much movement with the sun in your crown. Yeah, you've got the sun, the Jupiter Kazemi, you have the new moon in your sun. Like, yeah, this is almost like this rebirth, renewal that's happening, that you're seeking as well, but that you're feeling. It's like you're absorbing, remember this 12th house energy, right? Like you're absorbing this intuitive energy. And it feels really good. It's the sun. It's optimism. It's all that hope. It's achievements here. And it's card 19. 1 + 9 = 10. That's a 1, right? So like a rebirth, like I said earlier too. So it's like there's something new that you're more optimistic about moving into this week. And you got the 8 of Wands. I mean, and the root of your spread. Did you see your last week's reading? I hope you did. When you have the same cards, remember, because I throw in astrology, all the readings are actually sequential, like week after week. And so now, see, it's in the root of your spread. So yeah, things are happening. Things are happening. They may happen fast too. To be honest, a little bit faster than, and there may be a lot of different things happening. But either way, you're moving away from that Tower moment with that 8 of Wands, the 6 of Swords. Really great. Wands, your passions and things, everything aligning for you. And you're feeling it. You're feeling this movement in this new direction. High Priestess in your future. There is something that you're learning too. It was almost like there could have been a learning moment or even like a, what is it, teachable moment or something like that from that entire moment. But either way, that's like, ooh, you're good. The high priestess, she's a guardian of the subconscious. So you're already protected. If you need to go deep, do some healing, do some unrooting, you're protected. Secondly, she's associated with the moon. You got the new moon in your sign. The moon is your ruler. There's a lot of you here. All right. You see the sliver of the moon at her feet, right? Even her headdress, different phases of the moon. She has a lot of, it's like all that inner wisdom that's all inside you. You're tapping into it. Jupiter, that's what Jupiter's all about. So this is a personal journey. It's almost like even some sort of like a rite of passage happening here. There's this renewal back to you being you. I love it, actually. Let's get to your stuff, Cancer. Cancer. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. And I actually really want to know. I want to know what's going on with Cancer. You know I love you. All right, so let's see. Okay, listen. You're going to be good, but there is going to be something that you're coming back to here, okay? 10 of Pentacles, come on. Listen, this is, first of all, this card is actually attributed to Mars and Virgo. So it's really funny that ever since Mars moved into Virgo, this card's been coming up a lot, right? And so we are in that place where it's like I've been saying, out with the old, in with the new anyway, but this is everything. This is success. This is prosperity. This is abundance. This is coming into your physical realm, appreciating things that you have in your world. And that's what you're going to be doing anyway, Jupiter in Cancer. And then remember I said there's that shift in perspective. And so this is really great. You see all that Cancerian energy as well here too, like the family that I was talking about. There's 3 generations of family here. Jupiter in your sign, that's all, even going down to your roots, ancestry. You see how big the castle is, home and family, big emphasis here. And just keep moving in that direction. I think something needed to go, and it could have been just an unexpected way, but just keep moving in that direction. This is amazing. It's Pentacles too. It's wealth. It's you made it. That's the card, is the you made it card. And they're raining from the heavens, right? The form of the tree of life. So it's almost like you were honestly ascending in this whole new dimension, to be honest, with the high priestess here as well. It's big. It's big, okay? Especially with the 10 of Pentacles. There's a sense of loyalty. You even see the harvest still in the card, so that abundance. Anyway, even if you're not here for it, it's your physical world, right? This is your physicality, physical world. Now, if you're not here for money, 3 of Wands, there's something here. You're ready to go. You're ready. You've got your eyes set on something. You're ready to go forth. Do it, okay? Do it. A lot of y'all definitely new jobs for sure. Wands, typically, they can be associated with like work, career, enterprise, but at the end of the day, it's like your passions, what you're ambitious about, and your external factors. Like there's this almost like, again, that restlessness, like I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I'm going to explore, and the process, a lot of self-discovery. Remember, you're going through a process of spiritual growth, personal growth, emotional growth, expanding your world, expanding your horizons. Now, it does seem like there may be someone else involved too. All right? Someone with you on your journey. You've got that 4 of Swords here. Yeah. Perfect. That stillness of mind, that rest and retreat. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay? This is not over analyzing, overthinking. That's what you want. But move in that direction, because you did get the 9 of Swords in your final outcome. And remember, this card's actually attributed to Mars and Gemini, right? It's the second decan. And Gemini rules your 12th house. Again, that is up here. So even with the moon in Gemini, right? The first few days, there you will have Mercury square Chiron as well, and that's all in the mind as well. But anyway, I just feel that there is something here where it's like, yes, moving forward, everything's amazing. I'm trusting my intuition, but then, ah, did I really let this go? Did I really, or is there something that I did? Now I'm regretting it. I feel bad. Is there something someone did to me? Yeah. And that's making me feel, So there's almost like all this movement, but there's something underneath the surface that you have to unroot. And remember what I said. Don't be hard on yourself, even with Sun squared Neptune at the beginning of the week. Do not be hard on yourself, because if you carry that energy through your new moon, that's low energy frequency. You don't want to do that. All right. But I do feel like someone else is involved here. There is something here, and I'll clarify that for you, but there is something here where it does feel like, remember how I said Mercury will sextile Uranus? It does feel like there may be a falling out with a friendship or community or someone there. Yeah. But yeah, that could be it. It could be with that there could be something there. And so make that peace that you want, right? You got to trust your intuition. But I'll clarify that, Nine of Swords, for you. Yeah. You got Judgment, which is amazing. So when you pull these swords out one by one, right? When you take things from your mind, not overanalyze, overthink, wow. The Judgment, this profound awakening. And that's what Uranus is. Uranus seems to have, that's going to be a big thing. But that's what Uranus is that awakening. He's a great awakener. And this is having a huge spiritual awakening. You see, you've got an archangel in your final outcome, Archangel Gabriel, blowing the trumpet. What did I say about sound? It's healing. So the potential for healing is really big, but you've got to take that action, especially with this card attributed to Mars and Gemini, right? And Gemini is all about the mind. So profound healing, okay? That comes with you having a moment, an aha moment, a little wake-up call. This had to happen for a reason. I understand it. And whatever you want to do with that energy, at least let's do something. All right. You've got one of the luckiest. So just don't, spend so much time here, because it seems like you may just go back to something. Maybe you got the Six of Swords in the heart of your thread. You're moving forward. And so when you have that Nine of Swords in your final outcome, there could be just going back to something. But even if you do, work with that energy and have that profound moment. Look at these people. This is like, when I say that wake up call, it's the blowing of the trumpet. It's wakening the dead, right? And the dead are gray. Gray in tarot is wisdom. So remember, inner wisdom is like a big thing for you here, right? But also, they're now awake. We're in the year of the Great Awakening. They're now awake, seeking this meaningful life experience. They get this second chance. They get this moment of like, so you can have that. You can have that. That's very spiritual. Yeah, I said it's going to be very spiritual for you. I'm going to just take a real quick look at this tower. Let's see. It was meant to happen. There was something you were supposed to learn. You got the tower with a star. You know that the star is all about healing, right? Wisdom, knowledge, gaining knowledge, faith, having faith in yourself, faith in the universe, that there was something meant for you to learn from that, okay? Because the tower, what comes after the tower? The star, okay? Card 17, card 16, card 17. That tower was meant to fall so you can see. When the towers crumble, you can see. And then it's Phoenix rising from the ashes. And this is healing. And then remember, I said we're in that period right now after the solstice, and Jupiter in your sign Again, let me just remind you, spiritual growth, personal growth, emotional growth, right? And with the solstice, all about growth, marking the season from planting to growth. Look at the water bearer, right? This card is attributed to Aquarius, which, by the way, rules your 8th house of death and rebirth. Transformation, regeneration, all right? But let me just tell you, look at the water bearer pouring onto the land. That fertility, that growth that's happening within your world now. Something had to go. So there's a lucky moment. There was something that had to happen. And it may have been something that maybe it just had to happen in a way where it was that wake up call for you. Just don't have any regrets. Don't be hard on yourself. You're going to be fine. You got the star and the sun and the high priestess and judgment. You're good. You're good. 8 of Wands came back. 3 of Wands. Yeah. So again, a lot of momentum, but there could be a moment of just like, but don't bury any of that. Work with it. Release. Yeah. And there you go. Whoosh. This is high frequency sound. Remember frequency. Anyway, Cancer, y'all are amazing. Next week, we'll do July next week. Okay. And then the second spread, we're going to do a spread just on the new moon. Just on the new moon. I'm going to isolate that and then pull some cards for the luckiest day that's happening in your sign. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Cancer, happy birthday. Y'all are amazing. And listen, your things are happening for you and you know it. With that, yeah, I love that. That's so okay. But again, just see this as something had to happen, but it's this process and the stars are aligning for you. The wands are aligning for you. Everything's aligning for you. Okay? Big awakening. Big moment. That's very profound. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Cancer, thanks so much. I will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.